Good evening, America. I'm the Big Red One guy, reminding you that together we must break the machine. We are deep into election season, and I just want to say hello to America. I've been away for a little bit, taking care of some medical issues, also visiting with some family and whatnot. But we're deep into the season, so uh, we got early elections coming up pretty soon. And I just want to give you guys a quick report on a postal audit in regards to ballots, and it's not looking good. So this is something that will most likely affect Republicans because they don't really do the shenanigans with Democrats. You know, most of the government employees are Democrats. They overwhelmingly donate to Democrats. So, you know, if anything's going to go missing, it's going to be Republican ballots. But I know I've been telling people that if your state has ballot harvesting, mail in ballots, whatever it is, early voting, that you have to get out to vote. This is a very, very important election year. And, you know, if you've been paying attention, Kamala Harris has undemocratically been appointed as the Democratic nominee. She's picked a extreme Marxist that has absolutely destroyed the state of Minnesota. A lot of good people in Minnesota. Um, I've met people throughout the years. I actually visited Minnesota, and you can see how bad it is. They still with some good people. I had some good experiences with some really good people there. And, you know, this is very, very important, okay? The Kamala Walls, however you pronounce his fucking name, um, they're going the progressive route, okay? They are going deep Marxist, okay? Kamala Harris is a Marxist, and she's going to continue to be one. She's been one her whole life. Regardless of the fact that she banged her way to the top, once she got to the top, she has absolutely learned how to navigate the political what do you call it, landscape. So anybody fucking sleeping on her, don't sleep on her. I know you see a lot of people constantly, you know, ragging on her for, you know, fucking her way and cock gobbling her way to the top. But she has been there for quite some time, and she knows how to navigate. Okay, she went out of her way to go get somebody who's probably probably about the same progressive as she is, because she has a history of being a leftist. She had the most leftist leaning voting history in the Senate, and as you can see, you know, as her time as the borders are, she's left the what do you call it, the border completely wide open. She was given that responsibility by Joe Biden, and you know she hasn't fucking done anything. She rarely does any kind of appearances because she's a moron, and she can't really speak. When she has a teleprompter, she's fantastic. But anybody with a teleprompter, you can give a fucking chimp, and a chimp will learn how to use a teleprompter, uh, using sign language. So I'm just telling people, don't fucking sleep on her. Okay, she knows how to navigate the political landscape. Okay, she's politically savvy. She might be fucking complete shit when it comes to what's going on in the country and what's affecting people, because she doesn't really give a shit, right? She's an elitist, and the elitists don't really give a fuck about us. Anyway, I'm gonna get into this article really quick. I'll try not to keep you guys long today, but it's just important. I know, like I said, I've been telling people, if your state has early, you know, voting, mail-in voting, do it all. Okay. Obviously, you can only do it. You're really only supposed to be doing it once, but you know, an audit found that the post office fucking sucks, like we all know. So I'll read a little bit of it. I will definitely leave a link to the article in the description. That way you can deep dive and jump down these rabbit holes. But it's important to stay on top of these type of things, because you know, if you're gonna mail in, stay on top of your ballot. If you've requested a mail-in ballot, you have to stay on top of these things. All right, so here we go. Let's get into it. New report on this from the Gateway Pundit. New report on sloppy handling of mail-in ballots means more than you think. Elections are required to follow strict audit procedures that control each step from registration to voting, tallying to proper storage of ballots. Unfortunately, these procedures have been ignored in many states across the country. Mail in ballots must follow very specific procedures, which are being ignored, and safeguards, like robust signature verification, have been weakened or eliminated in many states, leading to election results that are hard to believe. Yeah, so especially many of the liberal states, the ones run by the Marxists, you know, they've managed to navigate law in their states to absolutely fuck up the election process and fuck everything up. And it's done intentionally because they want to stay in perpetual power. So, but the U.S. Post Office It actually does precise audits of its processes. I don't really believe that. In a just released report, election mail readiness for the 2024 general election, they detailed some rather disturbing findings. Here's what they found. After visiting multiple facilities, despite the USPS achieving a 97.01 to 98.17% on time processing rate, which is actually a pretty good rate for political and election mail from December 2023 to April 2024, procedural non-compliance and operational risk remain significant concerns. That's not good. 12 of the 15 visited mail processing facilities did not complete their all clear certifications correctly, which led to ballots being found in the facilities after the certification was supposedly completed. So essentially, they're not sending shit that they're supposed to, right? So they're supposed to make sure that everything, all the votes that they receive in the mail get to where they're supposed to get to, right? They're supposed to be part of the certification process when it comes to elections, and they're fucking dropping the ball. But again, that's really done intentionally, mainly to Republicans and Republican ballots. Not that some Democrat ballots don't fall in there. I'm sure they do. Uh, just because they intentionally, like I said, do shit to the ballots of right leaning people as opposed to people who are Democrats. So you know, it's a crazy thing. I would imagine that Democrat votes probably get caught up in there too, because they probably just take a whole bunch from a fucking a district and put them in a corner somewhere, because most of the people in that district might be on the right, even though there'll be some Democrat votes that are probably mixed in there. So, in addition to the audit, found instances where ballots were discovered in processing facilities and delivery units after the completion of the all clear process. So, essentially, they said that, hey, everything's clear and this is it, and fucking it wasn't clear. This indicates a significant risk that some ballots could be delayed, potentially missing the deadline set by election state laws. The audit also discovered that mail processing facilities did not maintain proper logs for election mail. That should not surprise you. The USPS is straight garbage, which is vital for tracking and managing ballots effectively. But they do that intentionally because, like I said, the deal is to try to rig it, legally, because it's a legal rig, right? With mail-in ballots, if your state has mail-in ballots as part of the voting process, it's completely legal. The Postal Automated Redirection System, or PARS, which handles undeliverable mail, was found to contain undeliverable ballots of multiple facilities. Backlog of PARS mail in some cases was months behind in processing, posing a significant risk that these ballots might not be returned to election officers in time to be corrected and counted. That's fucking a disaster. So, uh, anyway, that's just utter failure on the part of the USPS. Okay. Again, people, this type of shit that's being done intentionally, and I'm like I said, it's mainly done in right-leaning places, but I'm pretty sure Democrat, mail-in ballots get caught up in that. It's kind of hard for that not to happen. Just probability wise, it's just gonna happen. But I would my opinion is that it probably, this county, right, is a county full of, it's just completely red most of the time, right? So they probably take those fucking mail-in ballots, stick them in a corner somewhere, and just leave them the fuck there until whatever, okay, until after the deadline. So anyway, this is the type of shit that you have to pay attention to, people. Okay, stay on top of your ballots. If you've requested a mail-in ballot, or if they should be, if your state has one, they should be been sending that out already. Go to your board of elections, find out who's on the ballot so you can do your research prior to actually filling it out. And just do your due diligence, people. It's important. This is a very important election where Reagan said it, that we're essentially one election away from fucking socialism and communism, and we're there. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, all you have to do is take a look at who Kamala Harris picked and what he's done in the state of Minnesota. Do your due diligence. Look up this fucking fuckneck Walls. He's a scumbag, scum of the earth. He's just, the things that he's done in his state is, they try to point out the shit, child credit. Every fucking state does that, like good things that most states do, right? But just look him up, because he's a monster, this guy. All right, and they're going with the straight fucking Marxist left ticket, and you guys need to be aware and you need to be awake. All right. Anyway, I am the Big Red One guy signing out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, fam. Take it easy.